First off, I just want to say if you look in the dictionary for the word tough act to follow, you find a picture of Calvin. And I know those nicknames were used in a negative way. I understand that. But I was thinking Smoke, Midnight Express, those are cool nicknames. I wouldn't mind going. But I know they weren't saying it in a nice way. But I got a question for you guys as well. I want to ask you, who here has ever felt overwhelmed at any point in time? I know Greg's hand went up. He's got a new baby, so he's definitely feeling overwhelmed at times. But when you feel overwhelmed, sometimes it feels like you're trying to keep your head above water, and you're not sure whether you're going to be able to stay above water or not, or whether you're going to sink. Now, I want to tell you a story today about a time where I felt like I might drown, but in the literal sense, not a figurative sense. So I was a Boy Scout, believe it or not, the rebel that I am. I was a Boy Scout when I was a kid. So I was maybe 11 or 12 in the Scouts, and my parents decided it would be a good idea to send me to Boy Scout camp. It's like a week-long sleepaway camp, which made me real nervous because I was not a very social kid. And the idea of being away from home with a bunch of strangers for a week scared the heck out of me. But anyway, I figured it would be a good idea, so I went and did it. And had a great experience there, which I'm going to share with you today. But I got comfortable right away. I mean, there was fun things to do, shooting rifles, which I never done before. We got to eat in mess hall. Lots of cool stuff. But there's one thing that happened that really sticks with me to this day. So one day they announced, I don't know, the scout leaders, hey, we're going to have a canoe trip in a couple days. We're going to take the canoes out on the lake. I think it was like a scavenger hunt or something. You went out in canoes and you had to find these things. But you can't go on the canoe trip. You have to be a strong swimmer if you want to go on the canoe trip, right? Because you might fall off. We can't have kids drowning. And to prove you're a strong swimmer, we're going to give you a test. We have a mile swim test that you have to pass before you can go on the canoes. So this was a problem for me because I was not what you'd call a strong swimmer. Actually, I was an okay swimmer. What I'm not good at is I'm not a good floater, okay? I'm about as buoyant as a cinder block. When I stop swimming, actively swimming, I just sink. So this scared me. I don't know a mile. It sounds like a lot. I don't know how I'm going to swim a mile, but I didn't want to miss this canoe trip. Not even so much because it was going to be a great trip, but I was going to feel so embarrassed if I couldn't go on the canoe trip. It's like, what, you can't swim? Why can't you go on the canoe trip? So I said, I gotta pass the swim test. I'm not getting left behind. So I go out to take the test, and it's on a beach. They've got, if you've ever been to a lake, I'm sure you have, they have like rope lines set up. So you had to go deep out into the water, deep enough obviously that you can't touch, and they had a rope on each side, and you had to swim back and forth between these two ropes. I don't remember how many laps. I don't know, maybe 20. It felt like 1,000. The lifeguard is there. She's going to monitor what's going on and tell you, I guess, when you're done with your requisite number of laps. So I get in there, and, I start off, I'm strong, I'm fresh, and I'm swimming. Boom, I'm going. No problem. But a lot quicker than I thought, I started getting tired. So I don't know about you guys. If you're good at treading water, maybe this isn't a big deal. But when you have to just actively swim and you can never stop and rest and just kind of tread water and float, you get tired real fast. Swimming is exhausting. So I was less than, I think, halfway through the mile, and I started feeling like I'm in trouble. How am I going to get? I got another 60% to go to finish this. How am I going to do this? But I kept thinking about being left behind and picturing my friends, paddling out in the canoes, like, so long, loser. We're going on the canoe trip. Too bad you can't swim. I couldn't let that happen. So I'm thinking, I just got to keep going. I just kept telling myself, keep swimming. I knew that if I stopped, it was over, because I would use up more energy doing that, and I wouldn't be able to get my momentum back. So I kept going. I kept swimming, and really felt. At one point, I said to myself, "I'm either gonna." There's three outcomes here. I'm either going to drown, I'm going to get rescued by the lifeguard, kind of almost drown, which would be embarrassing, or I'm going to finish the smile. There's no other alternative. So I kept going, I kept going. I felt like it was never going to end. I'm like, how many laps have I done? This got to be over by now. Finally, I hear the whistle blow. I don't know whether she blew the whistle out of pity, out of concern for my well-being, or whether I had finished the actual mile. Come to find out, I had finished the mile. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think I was ever going to finish. I don't even know how I made it back in shore. I had nothing left. And now, so I qualified for the darn canoe trip, right? I can't even tell you a thing about the canoe trip. I don't remember the stupid canoe trip. But I remember that mile swim, obviously. I will never forget that mile swim. Because I showed something to myself. That I would not quit. And that's what I take with me now. I may not be naturally good at something. Swimming, or a whole host of other things I can tell you guys, that I am not naturally inclined to be able to do well. But I know this about myself now. I will not quit. I don't care where I'm at, I will not quit. And that's the message I want to share with you guys today. We're all going through struggles, challenges, and you feel overwhelmed at sometimes, right? You feel like, I might go under. I don't know if I can handle all this. So what I want to remind you today is a couple of things. Number one, don't quit. Don't quit. Number two, don't just stop and tread water. Keep moving forward. Keep swimming. Whatever you're going through. I don't know what it is. We all have things. But whatever you're going through, you will get through it. I promise you, you will get through it. As long as you keep moving forward. As long as you keep swimming.